Mr. Pei has been in the industry since 2009, so everything relating to solar facility, from the heating and cooling system, including the installation and after-sales service, everything he has been very familiar with. So today he will very generously to share all his experience. So there has a different stage about China's solar facility application. In 2009, that time the very hot marketing is very hot marketing time for the solar of family heating water for family household heating water facility, very hot in the market. Later, the solar facility is for the commercial application, is for the heating and cooling system for the household. Since 2016, China has been start of the agriculture facility of the solar facility in the agriculture application. Compared with Africa and other Gulf country, China has 4 seasons. In the winter, it's very cold. Like right now, it's almost lower zero temperature. So to keep the warm of the greenhouse, the people has been keen to install the solar facility in the greenhouse ever since 2016. So for all the group members must already receive the PPT already. So I just want to stress some key points, key pages in the PPT. So from this picture, you can see that Africa Gulf region has the most rich solar energy can be utilized. But on the contrast, right now the most used of the solar energy. From this picture, you can see Africa and the Gulf region have the most of the solar energy resource, most reachable. But on the contrast, the most used solar energy is in Europe. So you can see in Europe, almost 50% of the solar energy has been utilized. In China, 20% of the solar energy has been utilized. So you can see in Africa and the Gulf region, there are great potential of the solar energy can be used in household, civilian, and agriculture. So we are considered to utilize the energy. Most will be the heating energy and the electricity of the power energy. Like when we cooking, we need the heating energy. In Gulf region, like Dubai and Saudi Arabia, in recent years, there are many people propose they want to have their own agriculture. But the big problem is too much hot in Gulf region. In the supermarket, you can see in Dubai, almost all the vegetable eggs are imported. So the local government consider of their own agriculture like chicken and vegetable farm. So the biggest problem is heating. So the solar energy to considered to is the most economic resolution for the Gulf region. In China, agriculture solar energy in agriculture most is the greenhouse and the irrigation in agriculture, and the solar energy in northern China, it can be transferred into heating system to provide heat. Also, the heating energy also can be made into cooling to supply the air conditioner to provide the cooling for the household. I want to mention about Europe. In Europe, the application the solar energy in all aspects, including the cooling, heating, and electricity generation, agriculture, all the works apply the solar energy. For the city customer household, for the city customer in Africa, it's a situation just similar like China 20 years ago. So for Mr. Pei's suggestion that for the household application can be the electricity applies generation of electricity, also for the water, for the heating water system, also for the Gulf region, his suggestion of the cooling system. This facility has been very popular in China, especially in rural area of the provide the heating system for the heating water. Now, Mr. Pei, as the experienced plant manager, he will introduce how the China production situation of the solar facility. Only in 2000 year, China productivity is 2 million kilowatt. The main production province in China is Zhejiang and Shandong province. Now China exports the solar facility mainly is to Shandong and mainly from Africa and South and North America region. There are many massive, very big solar projects in China. In some university, we have the solar system installed for the university heating system to supply the heating water for the civilian application. Almost been in operation for 30 years, still in good function. Also for the electricity supply to generate electricity, also already very common in China. If you go into China country rural area, it's easy for you to find the solar panel on the farmhouse on the roof. Also, in some southern China, where rich of water, the surface of the water of the lagoon or lake was utilized by the solar panel to generate the electricity. This kind of household solar power generation system is already very common in China. Right now, China national grid, electricity grid already very complete, but in some remote area, even in the military base, to use such electricity panel, solar panel is very practical and low cost. It's a good solution. It also can be designed according to the family needs or the base civilian base needs of the electricity to design the project size. And the installation and the technology is not high tech. It can be everyone. If illiterate man, we teach them. It's easy for you to master such technology. It does not confine to certain location. It can be considered a multiple electricity generator. I received some claims that to maintain the function of the system will be a big problems, and if there will be high cost to repair, to maintain the generation the solar generation system. Let Mr. Pei comment for that. Actually, this panel is a key component of all the system. So, to repair and maintain such system is quite easy. It's even easier than for repair a tractor. Easier than you to repair a machine. If it does not work, the most reason is a panel. You can see the panel. There may be some lines inside broken, burnt. So to repair it, just replace one of the panel. That's easier. And for the battery, to repair the battery, the technology is already very common all the world. So it's not easy. It's very easy to repair or maintain its normal function. For big projects, normally the exporter manufacturer will have a special technician service to maintain it. Normally, household one can be maintained and repaired by the customer themselves. By this technology, to control the temperature became easier. That you can have every agriculture products in all the region. The drip irrigation and the lights. You can also use the solar energy to realize at night. So that's a modern agriculture technology. So there will be no barrier of the temperature and the limits. In Gulf region, 2 years ago, I was in Dubai. There are many local agriculture officials approached me, told me they want to build their own chicken farm in Dubai region to local supply. But many China agriculture experts told me the temperature in Dubai region is not suitable for chicken farm. That's a little bit high cost to invest a solar cooling system for chicken farms. If a chicken house are 1,000 square meter in Gulf region, the investment may be almost 1 million RMB for the chicken house. 但是一年可以出3万只鸡哈。
对，因为
1 year can produce 30,000 birds for such chicken farms. In Africa, I have heard a lot people complain about there is no proper harvest processing technology. There are many fruits, many mango, tomato being harvested, but there are no proper processing to make all the fruit being wasted. They were rotting and thrown away. So solar energy for drying is a very economic and a good resolution to treat the fruit into jelly and the dry fruit as a food, expensive food. So there's a two resolution for this. First, use a solar energy system to generate electricity. The electricity using for the dryer cabinet. This dryer cabinet can dry the fruit into dehydrate as fruit. And the second, it can be a greenhouse to dry the fruit into products. So if in the Africa region, if the electricity price very high, use this solar energy system that will be much lower cost than the electricity powered drying machine. For instance, China, the electricity, the power price is very low. So using the solar power, solar electricity is not economic in China since the electricity price already very low. But for some region, if the electricity is very high, use the solar electricity powered drying machine is very economic. If some small country, if with a very common application of the solar energy that can be reduce the electricity price in this country is very easy. For some small country, even some tribe in African tribe, if a tribe with 1,000 population or 10,000 population to use such small solar energy project for some project for fruit or agriculture project is very economic and feasible. For irrigation, the mainly used facility is the bank, dairy, and cow farm situation. Normally use the solar facility to control the moisture and the temperature of the dairy house. Normally cow need lower temperature. In India, the temperature the temperature normally very high. So for cooling system of the dairy farm is for cooling system. Okay, for the dairy house in China, there's some water curtain for cooling the house. Also, there's a solar fan for the cow to reduce the temperature. This is the irrigation system to install in a very deep well to pump the water to fill in a for the agriculture irrigation system. This facility has been very common application in China of the organic and green agriculture. Also for the garden, for household garden and high cash crops, apply this. It's a very good adoption for catch the pest in your agriculture. The bumps, there are many specifications. Need to checking your real situation, then the supplier can give you a proper recommendation and a price. All the product price, if you're checking on Alibaba, the price is very different. They're low and higher. You may be attracted by the price. The different price is for the motor and the facility price, and also including their material price. That makes the price different. And so now Mr. Pei introduced the industrial structure of this solar facility. Everyone knows China has the most complete industry chain in the world. All the components, single components, has very professional manufacturer for it. So no one can manufacture everything under one workshop. So if you got the offer price is unreasonable lower, you should be concerned about it. So that's not possible for free. So everything has very professional production. That's why make it totally in a low price. So no one can give you a reasonable cheap price. Since they are very professional production, so they cannot give you very profound technical service. So if you can choose your supplier, just consider they can give you very sound and complete technical service. Just like you want to buy a good tomato paste, if you find the guy who growing tomato, that you cannot have a very good reliable tomato paste. As you already have the handbook PPT right now, so I think that's the end for today's online workshop. If anyone has question asking for Mr. Pei,